Hey everyone, this is a demo of my transaction register and spending tracker Excel sheet. It can be found on excelville.com. To start off, I'd like to note that there are actually 4 tabs on the sheet. The first one on the far right is the instructions, and it basically goes over what I'm going to go over in this video. And it has screenshots and directions in red boxes. So the first tab is step 1, and this is the classification table. The second step is the transaction register, and it's the second step. Third step is the summary, and it's this last tab on the left. So we'll start with the first step. So in the first step, basically you're going to list the different type of payments, how you want to classify your payments so that you can track where your money is going. This is in my example, you have bills, takeout food, food for home, clothes, supplies, fun, recreation, clubs, activities, and so on. So after you have 19 tables or 19 classifications that you can fill in. After you listed all your classifications, you click this box, Finish with List. After that, you move on to step 2. So in step 2, it's your transaction register. It's basically like a checkbook. So in this box, highlight yellow, you can see enter your starting balance. So let's say $500 is your starting balance. And just like a regular checkbook, you enter your different transactions. Let's say today is November 1st, 2018. I went to store A and I paid $25. And you can see it automatically balances out. The next step is to select your classification. So this drop box right here basically links you to the classification table items that you listed earlier. So for store A, let's say I bought food for home. I'm going to skip the dates here just to make this quicker, and I'll skip the descriptions, but you'll handle this just like a regular checkbook. So let's say on the second one I spent $30, 40, 50, 60, and maybe I had a deposit of $75 here, and maybe I paid $24.56 here, and $12.56 here. Again, I'm just doing this quickly as a demonstration, but you would normally enter your descriptions here, like, you went to Walmart or store A, store B, or such, and you enter your dates. If you use a check, this is where the check number will go in. So on this second reference, let's say I bought clothes. The third one, I paid bills. This fourth reference, let's say it was fun and recreation. This fifth one, let's say it was fun and recreation again. So for the deposits, it doesn't actually matter what you select here. It doesn't, the classifications only apply toward the payments to track where your money is going and what you're paying for. Normally, I would just leave it as no classification. For this seventh reference, let's say it was an ATM withdrawal. Eighth and final one, let's say take out food. So let's move on to step 3. Normally you would continue going on with the transaction register. The register actually has a total of 125 references with the final balance at the end. And as you notice, this top section here is locked in, so as you scroll down, the descriptions will stay there. So it's a little easier to work with. So step 3, this is the register summary. Basically, you'll summarize what you're spending, the amounts towards each classification, the percentages of total payments, show your initial, final, and all this breakdown. Now this is an important box right here. This is the error check. So if you did any wrong steps in the other tabs, this will notify you. This box right here, you can enter your own notes. For this one, say example. Alright, as you can see, this error says, please select the calculate summary checkbox above, highlighted in yellow to proceed with summary. So when you're ready to calculate, just click this. And basically it breaks down all the classifications. It takes the amounts from the transaction register and puts it here in its proper classification. And then it tells you the percentage of the total payments that went toward these activities. Here's your initial balance, the final balance, the total payments, total deposits, and just a simple chart here to show you where all your money is going. So I would like to kind of go over the different types of errors that you might occur, and this error checkbox right here will bring it up. So the first error is back in the classification table. Again, if you didn't check this box and you go back to the summary, it will not calculate, and it will tell you that you need to click the finish with list checkbox in the classification table tab. This one right here. Now another error is, let's say I did not enter any classification items. You'll see the error here. Classification table is not complete. Please enter at least one classification description. So I'll undo that and put it back. Now, another error that could occur is, as you can see, I didn't enter anything into these other classification items here. So when you go into the transaction register, you'll see these blanks. If you actually select this blank, it'll be blank. However, when you go to the summary step 3, it will not calculate it, and it will say there's an error in the transaction register. One or more of the payment classifications selected a blank classification. Please choose a listed classification or no classification. So again, if you choose one of these blanks, it will not calculate in the summary. Another thing that may occur is maybe you don't want to include this payment in a classification, say no classification. If you go to step 3, it will calculate it, but it will ignore that item that you selected under no classification. However, on the error check, it'll just warn you that the summary may not be accurate because one or more of the payment classifications selected no classification. And again, the item is not calculated in this summary. Another thing in this transaction register is only numerical numbers are allowed in these payment deposit boxes. So if you try to enter anything else, it'll error you out and tell you to retry. Again, you cannot adjust the balance column. It automatically calculates, nor can you do anything outside here. Basically, these boxes right here are the only ones that you can modify. Same thing with the classification table. You can't modify anything outside of these highlighted items here. Same thing with the summary tab. You're unable to modify anything outside here, nor are you able to adjust the summary table or the check table. Basically, you're only allowed to enter your user notes here. So this is just a quick breakdown of my transaction register and spending tracker Excel sheet. It's a simple spreadsheet, and hopefully someone can find use out of it. I use it personally for my finances, just to kind of keep track of my spending, and I found it pretty helpful. I would like to thank you for watching my video, and again, this Excel sheet is available at excelville.com. Thank you.